McDonald's came out and said people who make less than $45,000 can't afford McDonald's anymore. And now the people who make less than $35,000 can't afford Dollar General. And it's like, whoa, the low income consumer in America has been totally wrecked. Good afternoon, Outliers. Happy Monday. I hope you had an incredible weekend. I know I did. I think I told y'all on Friday, my wife offered for us to go to the Addison Oktoberfest, which is like the big Oktoberfest in this area in the Dallas area. Got myself a nice shirt as well to go along with it. Oh man, had such a wonderful time. We met some family there. First time we've done Oktoberfest like with our kids like ever. And my oldest one is 12, and my second son is 9. So it was really cool, right? They had a wonderful time, and I hope you guys had a wonderful time as well. And Sebastian, again, I apologize because Sebastian invited me to the real Oktoberfest out in Munich. I just couldn't make it this year. But maybe next year we'll do an outlier convention in Germany around Oktoberfest, and we'll all be there and we'll all have a fantastic time. So that sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. So I want to say hi to everybody. Dave, good to see you. Hola, happy Monday. Good to see you there, Michael. Wes, glad you're here. Tug made it. Donna's here. Goran's here. Jean-Louis is here. Randy's here. Sebastian says, happy Oktoberfest. Absolutely. And he'll even pay for the beer. Listen, it doesn't take much for me. I was telling my brother-in-law, I was like 1 1/3. That's about all it takes for me. I am as lightweight as it comes. And Tug says he would definitely try to attend that one. Absolutely. Okay, cool. So let's I saw this video that I wanted to share with you real quick, talking about Dollar General and Dollar General being how do I phrase this in a polite way? And I don't mean to be an ugly person about this, but Dollar General caters to lower income individuals, right? And apparently Dollar General is struggling bad. Like they can't even keep low income customers there at Dollar General. So that tells a broader perspective, in my opinion, about what's going on in the economy. Is that, I mean, like there's a real disparity. It's really hurting the most lowest income earners out there. So thought this video is good. We're not going to watch all of it, but just a little bit of it real quick.
Problems at these dollar stores, everyone. Their stock prices are crashing. They're down 50%. And worst of all, the low-income customers that come to shop at these dollar stores, they're no longer coming. CEO of Dollar General, he just came out and said that a lot of their customers who make $35,000 or less, they can no longer afford to shop at these stores. People come to dollar stores because they can't afford to shop anywhere else, and yet they can no longer even afford to shop at a dollar store. And here's a fun fact for you, everyone. Dollar General is actually...
And that was when I haven't watched this whole video yet, but that was the thing that caught my attention. Is I remember seeing something not long ago that McDonald's came out and said people who make less than $45,000 can't afford McDonald's anymore. And now the people who make less than $35,000 can't afford Dollar General. And it's like, whoa, the low income consumer in America has been totally wrecked. And you know why? Bidenomics, right? Now, this is all up in the political season right now, but I'll tell you one thing. Looking at the landscape out there, looking at the fact that one of our candidates has been in office during this economic downturn, during this real economic recession that we are seeing, right? We are seeing a recession. You can't tell me we're not. It really concerns me. I mean, just this past week, my family's just like your family, right? We're busy, we're doing stuff all the time, and dinners are sometimes drive-throughs, right? And last week, my wife was like, all right, we need to get dinner. We don't have time to make it. Just grab something in the drive-through. And I was like, I don't want drive-through. Last time I went to Chick-fil-A, it was $44 for Chick-fil-A for 4 of us. And I'm like, my little Chick-fil-A sandwich was $8. And I looked at my wife when I was eating, and I was like, this is not at all worth $8. You can't tell me that this is worth $8. And then so this last week I was like, I'm not driving through anywhere to spend $44 on dinner tonight. I'd rather go to Chili's or something like that, where if I'm going to spend $40, at least I'll get what feels like a lot nicer of a meal. And it was literally $40 for the 4 of us, right? So $40 versus $44 in the drive-through at Chick-fil-A. And not only that, but Chili's even had like value meals. So I think that the recession is here, right? That was the one thing that I really paid attention to because I was broke as could be back in 2008 when I was graduating college. Um, was food prices, right? When you could go to Applebee's, you could go to Chili's, you could go to wherever it was 2 for 20, right? And so in my family, we just did 4 for 40, which I guess you could say is equivalent to that. So if that's where we are today, I can't imagine how much worse because I think things are about to get a lot worse in the economy. Let's keep watching this just a little bit more.
Actually the largest retailer in America by store count. They operate over 20,000 stores, by far number one. Number two is Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. They operate 16,000 stores. So between the two big dollar stores, they do 36,000 locations across America, which is insane. A store like CVS is only 9,000 locations. Walmart is only 5,000 locations. So the footprint that these dollar stores have is immense. And you can see over here, they're advertising even lower prices. And that's actually the big myth, everyone, is the fact that dollar stores used to be a place where you could go and buy things for cheap in America. You could actually buy things for $1 or less at a dollar store. Now you walk into one of these stores and everything costs $10, $15, $20. The dollar stores are no longer an example of a discount place where you can actually shop for cheap.
Hmm.
And one of these big issues for the dollar stores now is that places like Walmart are actually cheaper to go shopping. Walmart has cheaper groceries and food than the dollar stores, which is one of the reasons why fewer people are going. And the result
Wow, that's interesting. I don't shop at the dollar stores. You shop at Walmart all the time. Just there's one like within just a mile or so of here, so it makes it really handy. I didn't realize just that Walmart is just out destroying the uh the dollar stores at their own game. Let's take a look at a couple of those stocks real quick. Let me know in the chat. What do you see? Right? I'd love to see what you are seeing out there as well. I'm always looking for your feedback. Let's look at Dollar General and Walmart in Outlier. Make this bigger here. Going a little bit slow today. All right, there's Dollar General. Oh wow, Dollar General got a sell signal and a huge sell-off here not that long ago. What is it at right now? Around 82, 80-ish dollars a share. It was $150 a share just a few months ago, right? Just in March, just 6 months ago, it was nearly double what the share price is right now. Walmart, look at, okay, that's the tale of two different retailers, right? Look at Dollar General, that it's fallen off a cliff, it's down by half. And Walmart, look on the right hand side of the chart, it's just going up almost 45-degree angle here. So yeah, people are definitely spending more time, more money at Walmart, and it really, really shows in the stock price. Super interesting. Randy says, I've been going to Walmart and Aldi for 3 years now. Yeah, I don't blame you. Seeing the same thing. Haven't eaten in fast food in a while because the cost. That sell signal was tied to their earnings. Michael says, I know I was asked for a tip at a food kiosk last week, and all the clerk did was push a button for the coffee, and I had to pour the muffin and to remove, and you had to get the muffin out of the bakery case. Goodness. A lot of red overlays on Dollar General. Yeah. When we were at Oktoberfest, you know what? Similar story, Michael. At Oktoberfest, they had all the beers pre-made, right? And so the waitresses, if you want to call them that, like had to turn their body around, grab a beer, hand it to you, right? $9 a beer. I didn't think that was outrageous, but every time they gave you one, they asked for a tip. And it's just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I have a simple rule, and I was explaining it to my brother-in-law this weekend because I didn't want him to feel like he needed to be obligated to pay for tips on the drinks that he was picking up. I was like, listen, my rule is if I would pay in cash and give you a tip in cash, then I would do the same on a card. But I'm not going to tip you on a card just because it's convenient and just because you asked me to if I wouldn't have tipped you in cash. So there's your rule on tipping. Take that to the bank. All right, let's jump right into our market analysis. There we go. Welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. This is smart trading made simple. And as an outlier, you know how to. Oh man, I was practicing on this. It's a new slide. This is smart trading made simple. And as an outlier, you know how to save time, make money, start winning with less risk. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christopher Yule. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I've been successfully trading since 2009. I am a partner with Outlier, and this is my style of trading. using the outlier data, and I call it the golden ticket trading strategy. So, real quick, how does outlier work? It's a 4-step process. Number one, outlier monitors how investors are reacting to changing market conditions, news, price movements, and the economy. Number two, outlier determines if investors are acting irrationally greedy or fearful, and by how much. Outlier gives buy and sell signals when those irrational behaviors reach an extreme. And number four, allowing you to get into the stock before the outlier move happens. And let's do today's member highlight. All right, today's member highlight comes from Paul. And I'm really stoked that Paul is joining us in the Discord. Paul's emailed me a few times, but Paul said, when outlier gives a buy or sell signal, how do we know whether it's opening or closing position? So I replied back to him and I said, Paul, the way that outlier generally works is it's a long only platform. So any buy signal, in fact, let's do this. Any buy signal has an associated sell signal. At some point, there will be a sell signal. So this is a buy signal. This is a sell. This is a buy. Then we scroll over and this is a sell. And so it's not necessarily that these are sell to go shorts. This is one thing that I lost a lot of money on last year, figuring out that every sell signal is not a sell to go short. Okay. And every buy signal is not a buy to go long. Whenever I see a buy signal in a green overlay, let's look at one right there, I would consider that a strong buy. Whenever I see a sell signal in a green overlay, I would consider that a weak sell or a sell to cash, right? Sell to close. So open to here at 190, close here at 195, okay? And then again here, open at 202, close here at 217. Not necessarily go short. But on the other end of the spectrum, let's go over. Keep it going, keep it going. Here's a good example. So this would be a sell to open, right? So buying puts essentially is what that would look like here at 236. And then this would be a buy to close. So basically take the cash off of that trade, right? So sell to open, buy to close. And then here's a sell to open, a buy to close, sell to open, buy to close. So I like to have the overlays and the sell signal or buy signal match on the same color. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? Everybody's got that? Okay. And so continue on with Paul said, he said, I really appreciate the response, Chris. I spent so much time in and out of the hospital. It's hard for me to maintain concentration. And he was saying, I hope this is private between you and me. But I thought, honestly, I really thought, and Paul, if this is an issue, just let me know. We'll remove this. But I honestly thought that this was so useful for everyone as an outlier that I really want to share this. If it's a long only platform, how do we ever go short? And so that's what I was mentioning just a minute ago. But FYI, outlier has really changed my life. When I can concentrate, it's giving me something to do and relief caused by inactivity. Making money is just happenstance. The symphony is helping me in much other ways. And I was like, wow, what an endorsement is that? What an incredible endorsement is that, right? Outlier really changed my life, and that when I can concentrate, it's giving me something to do and relief caused by inactivity. Making money is just happenstance. And the symphony is helping me in much other ways. How cool is that? So I really want to showcase that today, Paul. Thank you so much for putting that in our Discord. We are super, super stoked that you are here. So like Paul did, please share your stories in the Discord, because the first rule of Outlier is you tell everyone about Outlier. And I know you're already subscribed, so go ahead and hit the like button for me. You guys have been killing it on the like buttons lately, and that lets YouTube know just how much you appreciate these videos, and it gets shared to more people when you do that. So please go ahead and hit the like button for me. So the golden ticket trading strategy always starts with the market, with the 10 over the 20, price over the 50. And let's take a look at that real quick. On the SPY, it's exactly what we have. The price, 10, 20, 50. But if you remember last week, I talked about how these type of candles, where they are opening and closing very close to each other and have a wick on either side, are called indecision candles, right? These are dojis, whatever you want to call them. But that means there's indecision. And having 3 in a row, I'm not bullish on that at all. I don't do a lot of candle analysis. I really don't. But I am not thinking that the market is super, super strong at the moment. Listen, I could be totally wrong. I'll be the first person to say that I could be totally wrong. We do have the 10, 20, and 50 all cross bullishly right now. We're within just a couple dollars or so of all-time highs. So anything could happen at this point. That's really what I want to get across. Let's look at the next step, which is the market breadth. Market breadth is strong and getting very strong, right? We're up to, as of today, 62% of stocks are on the buy list right now. 62% of stocks that we have in Outlier already show a buy signal. So that's super strong. And then the next thing that I'd want to see, I call it the master key, and I cannot move forward unless the master key is set up. And that has the market trend, which is bullish, the market breadth, which is bullish, the SPY signal, which actually is still bearish, right? We still have a sell signal on the SPY. I'm as surprised as you are. I figured that by now we would definitely have the buy signal on the SPY, but we don't have it just yet. So the SPY signal continues to be a sell. And because of that, these are not in agreement, even though the sectors, actually every one of the sectors is bullish right now. The only thing that's keeping me out of the market is the SPY signal, but that doesn't mean that you can't look like or look into some of these buys that come through, right? We have lots and lots and lots of opportunities today. In fact, 59 new stocks passed on the bull list today. We're only 21 passed on the bear list today. So the bull list continues to grow. So I won't be trading anything today, but I did want to take today to spend a little time working on a chart scanner. So as you know, one of the things that I like to do is look at the charts just like this, right? And say, okay, what is this telling me? Is this giving me the information that I need to see or not? So I built a scanner. Now this is in TrendSpider. You don't have to have TrendSpider at all, but it does help, right? It does help. And so you can have any charting platform out there that can do scanners, and I know a lot can. I know a lot of our traders use TradingView, and that definitely could be one that works well for you. Randy's saying, hey, looks like resistance. Totally could be resistance. We might see an order block fill in just here in a couple days. But on the scanners, I have it so it's pretty simple, but I want to go through every bit of it so you can understand why I do it and the way I do it. First is no order blocks in the way. Now, if you've been following me for a while, I will tell you that there have been days where I'm like, why is this order block still pulling through? In fact, let's see if one does it today. No. Okay. So my scanner is supposed to exclude anything that has an order block in its way. Like this one right here, right? It didn't pull through on my scanner, but what I figured out was in the setup for this. Let me show you what I mean by the setup. Scanner. Outlier long. And the setup for this in Outlier, or not Outlier, and TrendSpider, they have what's called order block or order blocks proximity. So let me show you what that looks like. Order blocks proximity is this here. So when you put in the details, 50%. In fact, let's talk about that. 50%, band percent. Oh, okay. Sensitivity is 50, which is the same as on the order blocks. We also have one for 28ths. Band type is percentage. Now, it could be ATR, standard deviation, or a constant value. Band multiplier is 2. Band length is over the last 14 days. So what I'm trying to say is it's 2% away from an order block. That's, I believe that means developed in the last 14 days or something like that. I don't know all the details of this, but what the objective here is to filter out when something is close to an order block. It'll be inside of the shaded area here, or when it's away from an order block, it'll be outside of this. Okay, so that's how I've got it set up. But let's go. One quirk of this that I found is that you see the dot right here where my cursor is? That corresponds to when this is created. This dot corresponds to when this is created. This only works on the most recent order block. So that is something that I many times have come across this and be like, I don't know why it keeps showing order blocks. That's because anything that's newer takes precedent on that particular indicator here. And so like these order blocks, while they are there, right? In fact, this is a great example. while the order block is here and the dot is on the chart still, right? It's not reading that it's inside of this one. It's reading that it's inside or close to the newest one. It's within 2% of the newest one. Okay. So that's the first step, is looking at the order block percentage. Now, I will say, being that that is a difficult indicator to come across, you could go without that one. You could go without that one. The rest of these, I think you should definitely have. Next, no earnings in the next 3 days. Now, we have also seen that this is not 100% reliable. There have been days, in fact, Bank of America was one that did not show accurately on the chart. But most of the time, it'll show, see this orange value right here? That shows that there was earnings right there. And we actually did pretty great on that. Thank the trading gods that we did, because I was not planning on holding that into earnings. But you should see, like, out here in the future, this says the next earning date is on October 15th. So when I'm building my scanner, I'm saying I don't want to look at any stock where earnings are within the next 3 days or earnings are today. Now, I don't mind trading into earnings, right? If a stock is leading up into earnings, let's say earnings are on Friday, I'll look to trade it on Monday, and on Monday it may run up into earnings, right? If everything else is set up, there's no reason not to, because a lot of the times, and you've seen this too, stocks get or investors get excited and they'll run up right into earnings and then getting out right before earnings. So you don't have that risk, the earnings risk, because earnings are a risk, right? You don't actually know with a lot of certainty what could happen. It could have a great report and still crash the stock. You never know. Next, the 10, 20, 50, like I talked about on the SPY, this exact layout right here is in the direction of the trend. So what do I mean by that? If I'm going long, right, my market scanner, long. If I'm going long, I want the 10 over the 20, and I want today's price close over the 50. Okay, that's what that means there. 10 over 20, price over the 50. Then I want to make sure price is greater than $20. And that's just my own personal preference. And I don't have it listed here, but I always look for that. And then price is over the 10, which it should be if it's trending. So that shouldn't be an issue. And then the last thing that I put on here is the price close is greater than the low of the prior day. Right. So here on Bank of America, this is below the prior day's low. Do you see that? We talked just a couple days ago about how important that is, right? A stock in a beautiful big trend, you're not going to have many days like this, if any. Okay. So the 10, maybe over 20, price is over the 50. However, it doesn't have the price over yesterday's low. Let's talk about that real quick. So here, for example, this did have it on one day, but every other day during this trend here, you can see it got nowhere close to below the prior day's low, right? So that's what I have in my scanner. And like I say, it is a little complicated on the order blocks, but if that's the only thing that you leave off, you're still going to do great. You're still going to find incredible opportunities. And then you can look on the chart. You can ask me, you can ask our fellow outliers, and see if someone else maybe has order blocks built onto theirs, and say, oh, you know what? I wouldn't trade this. It's coming right up into an order block. That's a dangerous place to be. So does that make sense? Does anybody have questions? Because that's everything that I was going to cover today. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm racked and ready to go. I told you I added about 30% to my account just last week, so I am ready to make some money. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm ready, right? And I hope you are ready too, because it could literally be tomorrow, and we'll start getting real deep. But gotta follow the plan. Gotta be ready. Gotta wait just a minute because Tug says he's got a question coming, so I'm gonna hold tight. I'm gonna kill some time. There was a Discord update. Jorn and Sebastian were chatting. Hold tight, everyone. Tug is typing out a question. We don't want to take off without giving Tug an amazing answer. While Tug is doing that, let's take a look at one of these. So I apologize. I didn't get a chance to do any back testing this morning. I've had an incredibly busy day. But we can do one together. We'll do one live together. And this is going to be a lot of screen flipping. So try and follow along. So I already ran my screener this morning. I'll run it again real quick. And we'll take the first one on top. I don't know how these results are going to come. So we're going to do this. So ATI, okay? ATI was this one here. I wouldn't trade it today because it's got an order block right there, but we can backtest the signals. So this is going to take a minute, okay? So ATI. And so like I say, I've been doing this. I've been doing it manually, and it takes time, but it is really, really cool to see. Materials. So we're going to go to the materials sector. And then we're going to put on the 10 EMA. I'm going to shove this all the way to the left. I'm going to shove this all the way to the left. This is a SPY signal. Need to get one more market breadth for the full stocks. Shove this all the way to the left. Okay. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to look for the signal on ATI if it's a buy or sell. Then we're going to look at the SPY. Does the SPY also have a existing buy or sell signal at that time? Then we're going to look at the market breadth to see if it has it, and then the sector breadth to see if it's bullish, right? Then when all of that is confirmed, then we'll go to the SPY chart, make sure that that's bullish, and then we'll go to the ATI chart and actually see what would have happened, right? Like I said, this is super manual, but I love this. I absolutely love this kind of data. So let's go first to the ATI, shove this all the way to the left. Now, this is a buy signal and a red overlay. No, thank you. I'm only going to be looking for buy signals in green overlays. So like this one here was just outside of the green overlay, so I wouldn't have even looked at it on my screener. This one right here is a green signal in a green overlay, February 25th, 2021, February 25th, 2021. We'll go to the SPY. February 25th, 2021 had a buy signal on the SPY. Market breadth. February 25th, 2021 was bearish on market breadth. So I don't have to look any further. We'll go to the next one. This one, June 1st, 2021. May 26th means that June 1st, 2021 would be in a buy signal there. June 1st, 2021 was bullish on the market breadth. If we go to the sector breadth, June 1st, 2021, it was bearish right there, right? So the sector breadth was bearish. All right, Tug asked this question. We'll divert attention for a moment. Why are order blocks in TrendSpider at different levels when you use different timing, such as 5, 10, 15, 30? Good question. So they're built on these candles, right? So if I look at ATI on these candles here, and then I go into the 5-minute chart, you'll see that they're built on different candles, right? So this candle right here at September 23rd, 12:25 p.m., an order block was created there. And you can see it bounced right out of that. And then 1:30 p.m., another order block was created, and it's coming down to that. Then we can zoom out here. You can see these order blocks being built, right? So it's the data of when the chart is looked at, right? Let me remove all annotations in ATI. It's the data as to when the chart was made. And so it may have been inside of the 5-minute chart. You'll see there on the different 5-minute candles. And you'll see it's actually built on like the top to bottom of a candle, right? So this candle right here is a really big candle, whereas this candle right here is a really small candle in comparison. And so they're built on the top to bottom of that candle in that time frame. Good question. Let's go to the next Buy signal on ATI here. February 8th, 2022. Let's go to the SPY. February 8th, 2022. But this is in a red overlay, so I'm not sure if the market's going to be trending right. Let's keep going. February 8th, 2022 is bullish there. February 8th, 2022 is bullish there. Okay, so now let's go to the SPY chart. Actually, I'll do this so I can bounce back and forth. Put my bull list there, aim list there. So we're going to go February 8th, 2022. Which was definitely not bullish, right? February 8th, 2022. 10 under 20, price under the 50. So we'll go to the next one. Here we go. We got December 22nd, 2023. And the SPY was in a sell signal, so I wouldn't take that. Then we've got May 1st, 2024. And then May 1st, 2024 still had a sell signal on the SPY. So I wouldn't have taken any, right? Not any in the past. And so that's how it goes sometimes, right? We've got all the data here, but if it doesn't line up, and that's okay, I'm just not interested in trading it. But you totally could, right? Performance summary shows outlier with a 103%, capital efficiency of 1.06. So you're in half the time and still making 103%. That's not too shabby at all. So either way, that is my process of back testing these, right? Look at the stock, look at the SPY, look at the market breadth, look at the sector breadth, then look at the SPY trend, and then finally, once all that lines up, look at the individual stock and move for that particular buy or sell signal. So it's a lot, but I can do this for hours and I love it. And you may not, but I do. I'm a junkie on this. So that's going to wrap it today. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate everyone coming to hang out with us here in the trading room every day. And real quick before we go, I want you to know how much we really appreciate you being an outlier, right? Thank you so much for being an outlier. We literally couldn't do this without you, and we want to pay you back every single day by helping you save time, make money, start winning, and with less risk. And don't forget, we will be raising the price of our annual plan next Monday. It's actually my dad's birthday. We're raising the price the day after that. So come October, prices go up. It's literally 82 cents a day. If you don't already have the annual plan, you should really get it. You're not going to see this at this price for a while. That's for dang sure. And don't forget, the first rule of Outlier is that you tell everybody about Outlier. And I know you're already subscribed, so go ahead and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for coming. Wes says, this is such an awesome way of showing how your rules could have kept you out of trades that were more of just a coin toss. Exactly. I appreciate that, Wes, and I appreciate all of you for coming today. Have a fantastic afternoon. We'll be right back here tomorrow. Maybe we'll finally have some trades, but we won't know until we light it up. Take a look. Have a fantastic afternoon. Talk soon.